But during the week, we also noticed something that we cannot avoid, which is Kimi K2 and Grok 4. So if you have not yet heard about Kimi K2 yet, you can come and search about that, but I believe it should be everywhere today. Everyone says insane and news and so on. We'll talk about this one. Why it happened? So I will tell you why. Okay. So Kimi is, so I will just drag over here. I will zoom out this one a bit. So this is the first 1 trillion parameter that open. Wait. Before we are kind of like under like 670 something billion parameter only. So this is DeepSeek V3 and R1 and so on. But this is the first time that an open model that is really good and reaches to 1 trillion parameters. And it is come from the company named Moonshot AI. It is from China. But this one is also really good because it's what kind of like ranking in the top, compete to O3 and so on. So if you go into analytic leaderboard, you will see that I hope that they update this one already, but if not, I have to check. Let's Kimi. Oh, okay. So they put Kimi in here. So they put Kimi in rank here, very close to Opus of Anthropic, even above Sonnet and most of the other model. As you can see, O1 and so on. So it's just a little bit high. So this is like the external ranking. But if you go into Hugging Face and then you search for Kimi K2, it will showing you the benchmark that actually the team is creating. So this model is actually really good at software development. So if you can zoom out a bit on this one, Kimi K2 Instruct actually outperforming the DeepSeek and even just a little bit lower than Opus. And Opus model is a super expensive model. So if you go in here and you will see Opus, where I can see Opus. Let's just for Kimi first. And you can see in here, Kimi is just 1 rank below Opus, but they are like, the price is like 20 times cheaper. So that is the powerful of this model and why everybody is so crazy about this one. And in order to help on this part, and I'm happy to announce that in AgenticFlow we support Kimi. So if you create a new agent, and then you can select Kimi K2 from this one. So this one is currently supported via PixelML OpenRouter. We will add support for bring your own key very soon. But right now you can select Kimi K2 in this one. So this is this is the announcement. I think that is very meaningful for the community because Kimi is a model that on par with the top tier model, which is very expensive, but it's right now can integrate it. So what does it mean for us? It means we can use this model into our agent and multi-agent system. And because we see that multi-agent system is kind of like 10 times better than single agent working alone. Like we have discussed about that, 2, or 3, so like 3, times ago. So is it like 90% better, than the other by parallel processing and so on. But the cost is like 15 times more token. So if you have some use case that require Opus to use, but right now you can use Kimi in order to use that with 20x time cheaper. So it means you can keep the the faster processing and more powerful with less of the cost of the token. So I think that's why Kimi is very makes sense on this one. And I read a lot about this guy, and also they publish some documentation. The reason why I'm so bullish about Kimi K2 rather than Grok and so on is because Kimi is open. So they release the model, they release the technical resource and technical paper and so on. So it means other people can make the quantization of that into something that's smaller so that they can serve on their local machine in order to powering for their company. So this is useful for like private sector, for example, like law or health or something that is very useful. And because I believe that AgenticFlow should one day we will supporting external model that having the item that for example in connection in here we will add one more connection which is local model. So it means the model that hosting on your local GPU or your local server but can plug in here and acting as a brand for your agent in AgenticFlow. So if that is the feature that you guys really need, then actually you guys can plug Kimi or something similar model that can run on your own servers so that everything is happen inside your computer, and then you can turn into something very privacy on this part. Okay. And for example, this one, so this is the power community. So Kimi, which is like running out few days ago, and also there's some guy that already have a guide like how to run locally, and he also making very detailed discussion about this one. Even like upload all of the quantization. So quantization is kind of like the smaller version of very big model that can be run on smaller machine, but it's still doable for some of the tasks. And they also give me some example and prompt and so on. And this is quite amazing. So I believe that, Kimi is another DeepSeek moment that China bring to us. And we need to embrace that. And I love this open source community. And I will support a local model in here. So this means if you want, you can plug your local model into AgenticFlow and use that to drive your agent. So that is my promise to open source community. And that is how I'm going to put for Kimi. I really bullish on them and also DeepSeek and so on. We already have DeepSeek and we will have Kimi and we have a local model as well. Right. Okay. So that is on the Kimi. Maybe we can talk about Grok a bit. I add support for Grok, but actually, to be honest, I'm not so impressed by what Grok does. Because I think they are closed source, and even they are top of the chart, but they have some scandal, right? You said about Grok for having Hitler moment. Yeah, so you can see this is 6 days ago, and Grok 4 was kind of going like crazy, and then it will start to create a mechanical Hitler version of that, and they have to pull that back and also manipulating the stuff like that. So it means Grok with train is to be more a lot of powerful model, but it have some limitation, and yeah, if you want to use that, you can use that on AgenticFlow by PixelML OpenRouter. We just pass through the cost, whatever that XAI charges us, we just pass through that to you. But yeah, there's not much thing to talk about that.